Hi friends! So I am a gluten-free girly. I am allergic to a lot of different types of foods. If you're not allergic, I'm just a very sensitive girl. Like, my skin is sensitive, my stomach is sensitive, everything about me is sensitive. So I did a Whole30 diet for 30 days. So essentially what Whole30 is it's eliminating a lot of foods that like we normally eat, especially here in America, and it's taking out certain things that could be inflammatory, and then you add stuff back to find what works for you and what doesn't. And so I took notes on my Whole30 time. I did it in August, it's now September, and I did it from August 4th to September 2nd, and I did this to like reset my health and things like that. The main reason that I did this was genuinely to like do like almost like a detox for my gut health and things like that, because I was tired of feeling gross all the time. And also, since I've been eating more foods that I ate before Whole30 now, I'm realizing just how helpful Whole30 was, but it's also a challenge. So the reason I'm making this video is so that if you are thinking about doing Whole30, you will be fully informed before you do it, because I was not. My husband and I did it together. We also did it with two friends. I have two friends that are married, and then my husband and I, and we all four did it together to try to keep each other accountable, and it was really cool to do it that way. So my first recommendation, if you're going to do Whole30, is to not do it alone, because Whole30 by yourself is going to be so much more difficult than it already is, and you just don't need that. The idea of Whole30 is to give your body a break from inflammatory foods and see how you feel without it. Then after 30 days, you reintroduce your foods back like one at a time. We did not do that portion. We just kind of went back and ate what we wanted to eat, because we already know what we're allergic to. Like, we've had allergy tests, we've eaten and things like that, but like different things can make you feel better or worse, obviously. What I personally learned the most from Whole30 was that like food can be good and be healthy at the same time. I think that's the biggest lie that we're told, is that like good for you food tastes bad. It doesn't. It actually tastes better, in my opinion. So it's not meant to be a forever thing. So if you're gonna do this, I genuinely recommend doing it for 30 or 40 days. Don't do it more than that, because you're gonna lose energy and you're gonna be tired, and you need to fuel yourself better than that. Part of the reason I also did Whole30 was just because of other health stuff that I'm trying to figure out in my body, and like try to figure out these different things. And so I did Whole30 to try to help that as well. So you need to have your why in order to do Whole30 as well, because without your why, you're going to struggle more. I'm gonna just go through my symptoms and tell you like how it affects you, so that you can have a genuine, real expectation if you're trying to do this. So on days 1 and 2, I would say that these are possibly the roughest days, because this is when you're first, like, you're essentially, everybody's addicted to sugar, everybody's addicted to caffeine. So this is the day where you're going, like, these are the 2 days where you're kind of going through withdrawals. So I was so tired. I had headaches. I was so grumpy. Like, my husband and I were both so grumpy, and we were arguing, and we had to like figure out like, okay, this is Whole30, and how are we gonna like relate to each other while we're doing this, instead of like being against each other. It was really rough. Like, I won't lie to you, the first 2 days you're gonna be like, what did I do to myself? Why am I doing this? Especially if you eat really bad before you do Whole30. Day 3, I had really low energy, and this was when my cravings kicked in. I wanted Taco Bell, Whataburger, pizza, Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh. Before this, I know that I haven't been on here as long, but before this, you would catch me every day with a Dr. Pepper in my hands. Dr. Pepper and I were one. We were together. Dr. Pepper was part of my identity. Now I can't drink it because it tastes like chemicals, which is kind of sad, but it's better for you to know what you're drinking and know what you're eating, because we literally don't know what's in our food, like, so often of the time. That's when my cravings really kicked in. I was craving sweets, I was craving chips and salsa, I was craving like all these different things that like are normally my comfort foods, and I was like, what? I can't eat these, like, this is gonna be horrible. By day 4, I had low energy, but I was feeling better, and I could already notice that I had less inflammation in my body. I felt better, I slept better, all these things, but I still had really bad cravings. Also, at this time, that was so funny is like, I was watching like my shows on Disney Plus, or like watching things on YouTube. Guys, literally, I would get so many ads for like pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks, Panera Bread, Mod Pizza, like all these commercials were starting to come up on my advertisements, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. It's already hard enough to do this, and now I'm being targeted. They were preying on my downfall, truthfully, is what it felt like. I was starving, it felt. I really wasn't, because you're actually supposed to eat as much as you want on Whole30. You just have to eat as much of compliant foods. That is something that's really important about Whole30. I loved that mentality, but it was harder to obviously not eat, whatever. So on day 5, I had really low energy this day, and then we paired that with traveling. I believe we went to my husband's parents' house, which is like 2 hours away from where we live right now. And I was already so tired that like adding travel to that, I love to travel, not while on Whole30. It was so difficult, literally so hard. And also we were traveling somewhere where we had to bring our own food. And so like when I was eating around other people that were literally eating what I wanted to eat, that was hard. And I was like, I have to go home and eat Whole30 after this. Day 6 and 7, we were at my husband's parents' house both those days, and we were with some friends that got engaged. And after their engagement, we went to Whataburger. We could not eat, I mean, we could have eaten the salad with like nothing on it, but like we could not eat anything that they were eating in front of us. And like, I'm not mad, like please eat. But I literally was so like, I was like struggling to be there. I was like, Sean, I need to leave. Like I was so upset that we could not eat Whataburger, which is so ridiculous, and that sounds so dramatic now, but like literally, my friends, your body is addicted to these things and you don't realize it until you're in Whole30. Food temptation was hardcore, and I was a little moody this weekend, I won't lie. I was like, are you kidding me? And it was just not my favorite. So that's the first full week of Whole30. The first week is probably the worst week of the entire thing. That's your first week without anything. Have a little bit of like, I can do this, but like you're like, why did I do this? Why would I want to do this? I want to quit. I want to do all these things. Don't quit. You're on day 7, you're so almost there to the point where it gets like over that little edge and you feel so much better. On day 8, I had better energy that day, and also this is when I literally found recipes that tasted so much better, and so I felt so encouraged. Friends, this is when I realized that I could make smoothies every morning. That got me through Whole30. Doing smoothies, it was the best thing ever. I love smoothies, and so we were drinking smoothies every morning. It got me through. I was like, I can do this now. Like I found this other recipe that was really good. My mother-in-law let us borrow a Whole30 cookbook that she had. That thing got me through. If you're gonna do Whole30 and you want to be successful from the get-go and your first week not be as hard, I highly recommend getting this recipe book and using different things from it that really you enjoy. It has so many things that you can add, but I only added some of the stuff from the recipes and it still tasted really good. That was something that I was live, laugh, loving about. So day 9, I was so emotional on this day. I won't lie to you. I was emotional, I was overthinking, I was tired, I was sad. Like, it was not the greatest day. But that could have been not to do with Whole30, but like just in general, that was what I was feeling. But then the next day, day 10, I was so happy and I was energized. For the first day on all of Whole30, I had energy again. So I was really productive this day. I think I cleaned around the house. I did a lot of good stuff at work. Like I was there. I was like, okay, I am energized and I am ready to go. We can do this. Day 11 was the first day where I had an even level energy throughout the whole day. I didn't crash at any point during the day. I literally had such a good chill day. So I'm going back through and editing, and I realized that I didn't tell y'all what day 12 and 13 felt like. I skipped from 11 to 14. So here's a behind the scenes. On day 12, I was really tired, but on day 13, my energy was like really even and good. But that's all that I really noted about those days. Day 14, that's 2 weeks in. that was the first day I noticed how much more comfortably my clothes fit me. My jeans were not as tight, my shorts felt better. I could wear things and not have to like unbutton it when I sat down. That was like kind of a turning point for me because I was like, oh wow, like this is awesome. And like obviously, yeah, like you're probably gonna lose weight if you do Whole30, and that was part of my goal, was to lose some weight. But literally the thing that helped the most was just I was feeling so much better. Day 15 was another really productive day. I had even energy, but I had stayed up too late the night before, so I was a little bit more tired, but the reason why is because I had stayed up too late. Day 16, I did not sleep well the night before. It wasn't I just couldn't fall asleep, like I did not sleep well that night. It was horrible. And so then it was even more exhausting in the day. I was tired and all these things, like I was just not feeling it. Day 17, I had even energy and feeling good, but I had such strong temptation because the two friends that were doing it with us stopped doing it as strictly as we did because they wanted to start reintroducing some things, because they also weren't doing it for the fact of like what are they allergic to. It was just genuinely to help us and support us, and also to feel better and healthier and like start getting themselves on the track of eating more whole foods. And so my temptation was so strong that day, and I was like, dude, I don't even want to do this anymore. Day 18 came around and my cravings were so bad that day. I was tired and I was so much hungrier than usual. Like I think I ate so many more snacks than I normally did, and I don't know why. I don't know what all of the science is behind all of these things, but like literally I was so hungry, so tired, so craving like things again. And again, those freaking advertisements, they were coming at me so hardcore, and I was like, rude. Day 19, I was so tired and I had low energy again this day. But on day 20, I was very productive and I was energized pretty evenly throughout the day. Day 21, again, it was more of like just like a chill, even an even energy type day. Like I didn't like fluctuate in my energy levels a lot, like after I ate or anything. I just hit my tripod. On day 22, I was tired. I was not feeling great, and I felt like I could not sleep enough. Like I was so tired, I didn't feel good. Like no matter how much I slept, it wasn't enough. I was exhausted, I didn't feel good, my body was hurting. That could have just been because I hadn't slept very great like the past couple days, and so I think that was it. And whenever I don't sleep enough, I start to not feel good. That's just a me thing. On day 23, I was tired, but I was good, and I had a really good mood. I was in a high mood today. Like I was in a good mood, I was happy, I was, you know, all the things. Day 24 was a great day. I was productive and I had such a good mood that day. Like I was at probably like, this is whenever I got to like the point where it was maybe more level of like what I was feeling. Day 25 was whenever I noticed that I can't not eat breakfast anymore. Like if I would not eat breakfast, I would feel so sick. I needed that fuel in the beginning of the day in order to feel better in my body and better just like energy wise throughout the day. And then days 26 through 30, I had even energy like pretty much all the days. I was chill, I was feeling better. It's probably where I got to the point where I was like pretty even, and I was like, okay, like I can do this. And then the 31st day, so like the day after, I ate not old like as in like bad, but like my food that I ate before I was on Whole30, and it just is not, it's not as good. Like I've eaten more of it since then, obviously. It's not as good. I don't like it as much. It's not really my favorite thing in the world to eat. I just don't think it's as good. Here are my takeaways from Whole30. Have good recipes, and like to really hone in on that before you start, because you'll be more likely to like continue. Whole30 is kind of expensive. It makes up for it because you don't eat out. So like if you typically eat out, it's gonna do better for you because you literally can't eat out anywhere. Like you can't. There's not enough stuff that doesn't have dairy or grains or like all of these different things that you're not allowed to eat. And so like that's just something that you kind of run into, is like I have to cook from home. Something else I would recommend doing this during like the fall and winter seasons maybe not right around the holidays, do that so that you can make soups and things in your crock pot and things that are more like fall foods rather than like having to feel like you have to cook everything, because otherwise it takes so much of your time, friends, so much. Like cooking every day, like I would be like, I don't want to cook today, but I literally have to, because if I don't, my husband and I aren't gonna eat. It was a really crazy thing. Our finances were better that month because we weren't eating out and we weren't spending a ton of money, because we had to eat in, and it's just better for you. My things after Whole30 that I no longer really like anymore is soda. Literally, not liking Dr. Pepper anymore, I kind of had a little bit of an identity crisis. I just loved Dr. Pepper so much, and now I could go without it. Like, I could go without it. I like water more. I drink so much water during Whole30, which is so much better for you. All of these things were literally crazy for me when I was doing Whole30. So if you're wanting to do Whole30, these are my tips and tricks and things that you should know so that you're fully prepared if you're gonna do Whole30. So if you decide to do it, let me know how it's going for you, and I would love to encourage all of you guys. So here you go. Here's your lesson of Whole30 and my experience. I would love to actually do it like quarterly and like make sure that like I'm resetting my body and just like being really in tune with like what my body needs and like how I'm adjusting. I think it could be really good. That was what I did on Whole30. I also didn't work out at all during Whole30, and I hope that you're able to. I was too tired all the time. I didn't have energy enough to do it, and so I just didn't. But I think that it was a really helpful experience. I feel less inflamed now, even though I am eating foods that I probably shouldn't anymore. And through the whole thing of Whole30, I lost about 15 pounds. That wasn't the reason that I did it. It's always helpful to see those numbers, and like something that it really changed my mentality is it's not about a number on a scale. It's genuinely about how you feel and how your clothes feel on you. I recommend doing Whole30 to anybody that is wanting to figure out what their body needs in order to feel better. That was my Whole30 experience. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!